All right, everyone. My name is Sazi Bugay, and thanks for the strong introduction, Sean. I'm happy to be here. My first time was last year, and about almost 1 year ago, this was just a concept, and then we decided to develop this product. Hopefully, next year, if we do this in person, I will be very happy to demonstrate the product to everybody over there. I am the VP of Business Development for Felix Storage Company. Actually, we're known as Summit Appliance. We're not a startup. Company is around since 1969 and widely known in hospitality, residential, commercial, and medical areas. And we like niche products. We like special appliances, and this is one of the projects that we try to do it. Sean asked me, rightfully so, say the last things first so that people get more energized. So here you go. Starting, and with crossing fingers, starting from September and October period, we will flood the market with 24-inch and 30-inch width, and 20-inch coming later on, of 120-volt induction ranges with no batteries. It will be basically plug-and-cook convenience. So if you can plug your kettle to your wall receptacle, this is as easy as that. 3-zone induction, some of them will have 4. Quite large and still daily capable oven cavities, nice functions, storage compartment, ADA compliant, shallow depth, some of them with a cord installation, no need for electrician anymore, and definitely a huge energy saving and efficient design, and very easy delivery and installation. And I'm happy to say that California is 100% covered. So starting from the same time, we'll have our partner to deliver, to store, deliver the product, and install the product at any location that they will want. So first page is actually we double invested at the same time, and I should say parallel invested, because some of the facilities that we work with has been asking for made in US products. We said, okay, we'll work with one of the manufacturers in the US, and we'll work with one of the manufacturers overseas to create both heritage design, more retro looking, and also more modern looking, more electronic looking products. Whatzipper.com is the website. It is up and alive. No prices are there. However, the products are there. Information is there. We're trying to do more technical education to masses, to whomever visits the website. And all the product details are being uploaded. There are some blogs. There are some FAQ section, and also benefit section and comparison tables to gas cooking products, as well as old radiant or coil products, because we believe that this product will be a main gas to electric conversion product. However, bluntly, it will never race with a powerful 240-volt induction range that we will buy from any store. It's a transition product, and I believe it will solve the problem more affordably, much faster, much easier. So, what was the problem? You must all know, and I'm not going to go into details so much, because everybody on this panel, everybody on this event today and tomorrow are pretty much equipped with all the electrification details. However, what I want to say, as the introductions of the solar panels, batteries, heat pumps, EVs, the power need of an average home has increased. However, there's a balance needs to be made. And we know that the panel expansion was always the case, and cooking range was the issue that actually has been left behind. So as Sean informed, battery-equipped products came in, which we respect very highly, and then they solved the problem to a level. However, affordability of a product is still an issue. And we said to ourselves, since we are in New York City, we're working with housing authorities, we're seeing the people, and we have people staying or working in this building, sitting or living in these NYCHA buildings, having no electric, no gas for heat and cook, we feel the pain and we want to come up with the solution without the battery. So we created a low power cooking appliance without an internal battery to solve the problem. This is for California, some stats. There are 5 million homes out of 14.8 only in the state of California that were built 60 years and older. These homes come with 40, 50, 60 amp power breakers, breaker boxes. And also the new modern electric ranges also being 40 or 50 amps easily cannot be used. Everybody knows how much it costs to convert an electric panel to a home or to an apartment, especially in multifamily setting, and how long it will take with the permits, how long it will take with the contractors. So we said, okay, this is a solution. And in New York, for example, all these buildings, while being converted, the housing authority has to kick all the apartments out, find a permanent or temporary solution for staying. After 2 years, they bring it back, people back. So everybody is paying the rents, or their rents being paid by the city. There's a big cost in logistics, so it's impossible to do it. And this high cost of rewiring, finding qualified people, technicians, electricians, is also getting difficult. As you know, the technician information. Actually, I really, am happy to see that heat pump contractors, the going after the contractor development, going after the people that would build these, will really help to convert and then use this gas to electric conversion, electric ranges. They can install these very easily as well. So we set the goal. We said that 1800 watts is the maximum power that we will use on a dedicated circuit. Why dedicated? Because it's the UL's norm. Can it be shared? Yes, surely it can be shared. But we, per the safety certification, it has to be NEMA 520 receptacle. So that is what the safety side of it. And we know that it's not that hard to convert the 15 amp to 20 amp power line rather than compared to 240. And we said that the product has to have a UL safety standard, has to have FCC rules governed because of the pacers, because of electromagnetic compatibility. And some of the models will also come, which I didn't put it here, but in the beginning slides, but our contemporary series will also get the Energy Star certification. Therefore, people will have choice whether to have the contemporary style or other style. We'll be working on Energy Star for the other style as well later on. No batteries, no Wi-Fi, no connectivity, because some people are really staying away of this thing. And we said, okay, this is our target. And also reliable usage of reliable components, long serviceability, available and easy to do conversions, no complex on the battery and software will be our main driver, and easy to replace parts is also is our driver. Other than that, multiple sizes. We said, okay, in New York there are 20-inch and 24-inch world. It's everywhere. Maybe West Coast is more 30 inches. So we said for both styles, we're going to invest in all three sizes at the same time, which is our goal. 20-inch units will come about 3 months after the product launch in late September, early October. Some technical information you're seeing on the left, standard 240 volt, 50 amp powerful induction range with the power elements. Actually, it's ironic. Although one element is super powerful to balance the range and power usage, some of the elements are 1500 watts. So technically, we took that idea and we said, okay, if the people can cook at 1500 watts, this can be done on the cooked up zones that we selected. And the beauty of our product, or WattZipper, is making a power share between the oven cavity and the cooked up whenever it's needed. This is not the case on any cooking product in the country or in the standards right now. And this is the idea behind the solving the problem, because easily I can say that when the oven cavity reaches to a some certain temperature, the elements don't work. So you're wasting that energy. You're not using that energy. So we're taking that energy and giving to the cooktop zone so that the cooking can be as fast as possible. We insulated the range cavity or oven cavities with super insulation, and that super insulation helps up to 475 degrees temperature keeping of the oven cavity, and using only 800 watts, 800 watts to keep to do the cooking. Dynamic current allocation is the system we're called as a power management system. We did that in both electronically and mechanically, but hid it inside the induction zones as well. So this power sharing is the key, as I informed, and the cooktop is allocated the powers between the zones based on what the customer is wanting. Technically, 3 zones is the maximum usage in frequency, up to 3 zones. We know that 1 zone, 2 zones are very usually generally, but 3 zones are not. Almost 1% or less than 1% of the public uses 4 zones altogether.
Before you move on, this
Yes,
you mentioned how you can get 475 watts producing, sorry, 475 degrees Fahrenheit with 800 watts. Now, for
yes.
comparison, my toaster oven is a 900 watt toaster oven and it's tiny, this little thing. It has like maybe half of a cubic foot, and you have a 2.5 cubic foot oven. So that
Three,
seems
up to
like
three
up to,
cubic feet. We can keep it at 475 with only 800 watts.
wow. So that's just radical. And by comparison, can you tell us how big are the wattage of the elements in electric resistance or induction stoves for that matter, just normal ones compared to this 800 watt?
4,200 maximum I've seen. Usually I see 3,600 watt elements,
Right.
and they are always on when the power is cold. And Sean, another thing is, because it's super insulated, the cycling of the oven cavity doesn't happen very frequently. Where if you look at standard range, it will
Mm,
go on and off every maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Where in Watt-Zipper you're seeing it, this is happening between 5 to 6 minutes. So that cooking continuously happening or continues in the oven cavity.
brilliant. To add, if you don't mind, what we saw in all of our cooking studies is that insulation was the most powerful thing we could do to reduce energy draw, even from the pots, the pans, the ovens. Every time it beat out the savings from induction versus electric resistance, or having just so many different other ways you could look at it. Insulation is the best.
Yes.
Continue.
And
Thank you.
you will see on the next page that I think I should continue here on this one. This is actually the concept work. I have an animation which will explain all the details. But on the going back to the cooktop zone, we said, or we noticed that people are using griddles and then in gas cooktops and or pans. So all of our ranges will come with a starter 5-piece set of induction ready cookware. And on one series, we're even going to provide cast iron skillet or cast iron, yes, griddle, so that it can be put on this rectangular zone that you're seeing on the left-hand side. So basically, you will be able to do your breakfast meats or breakfast pancakes easily on this griddle as well. And it's going to be happening on the glass surface. Going back to the oven cavity, this is what many people will see it. It is actually, we call it cascaded element system. It changes the power from one, full power to half power, or depending on the power needs of the element of the oven cavity. But this is the main idea that the design is done. Yes, it is exposed, but again, it's easy to clean, easy to maintain, and you can also do steam clean of all this cavities of all the products. You're also seeing a convection fan, which is in the old ranges. It doesn't exist, so convection fan also helps improve the cooking as well.
And you noted there that there's air frying and
Yes, air frying is available and will become on contemporary series. It's a standard feature with air fry tray. And in the Heritage series, you will be able to do air frying by using, the convection fan. But on this contemporary series, completely, there's a specific feature on air frying. It uses the full power. So when it's air frying, you won't be able to use the cooktop zone, but that's okay. Air fry is not being used more than 15 minutes anyways, but it's powerful enough to help the cook have to bake the uh, whatever you're doing in air frying.
and may I ask about how much energy, if you remember, did you save by having the elements exposed as opposed to underneath a sheet of metal? Like, because that was one of
Uh,
your many energy
yes.
efficiency things.
So what happened is when we put the elements underneath the base over there, the 0 to 350 heating time was almost 25 to 30 minutes. As soon as we expose the units, which I will come to the next page, the 0 to 350 is shortened down to 10 minutes. So, which is
Excellent.
way below than average range acceptance rates. Usually in electric ranges, is 15 minutes or less is acceptable in the US right now. Remember, all ranges with 30-inch are coming with 6 cubic feet volume, and the full power of elements are trying to eat up that volume. At
Mm.
the end of the day, you put a very small dish inside the cavity just to bake it. So that whole waste of energy is gone because we're insulating the product. We're providing enough capacity to put half-baked sheet. We're providing enough capacity to put 25-pound turkey that you can bake in three hours, like the standard electric range, maybe less than 3 hours. So all because of we're maintaining the efficiency of the product as high as possible. Not just like on the cooktop, but the efficiency of the range cavity, oven cavity was the issue on currently from the glass surface. You're spending all that energy out, and we're capping this very smart with a smart design, and we're keeping it. And on top of it, many people will love this. The induction zone doesn't hum or doesn't buzz because we're using DC controls to regulate that. On this table, it's actually a standard 12,000 BTU gas burner, gas range that many homes have, many of the older homes have, versus an electric radiant range, which is glass again, but the radiant zone, and also compared to the 120 volts induction range. And these are the results after many, many tests. There are so more tests that I can share, but I'm happy to tell you that the efficiency on the zone, cooking zone, is the key, where 60%, maybe more than 60%, depending on how much you turn on the gas cooking, and you're wasting the energy. You're actually heating the air, not the pan, not the food. Whereas induction, minimum 90% goes into the food or dish preparation. And you're seeing the time to boil the water. We are not claiming we can do it in 1 minute, because if you want to do it, I saw recent and very nice, very powerful cooktop, an electric battery operated cooktop per manufacturer. He was rightfully saying that it boils the water in 1 minute. Very good, but once you're cooking or continuing your simmering, you're only using 500 watts. So why do you need 10,000 watts to boil the water and use only 500 watts to just continue the simmering? It doesn't make sense. It might as well use the balanced power product. Sean, you will love this. At one of the presentations recently, somebody told us that we solved the range anxiety. It was interesting. So, and it's easier to experience this, but it was different. But it meant so interesting.
So what got them nervous? They're like, it's just not
Yes.
going to be as good. It's not as fast.
Yes, so like a Tesla, and somebody also told me I was at CEC, CEC Commission's 2 months ago a convention over there. Again, somebody from CEC approached and then real rightful said this is a periods of the range where there are a lot of Denalis, there are, Cadillacs and then out there. So that was interesting also. So
Yeah.
more affordable. That's what it takes you from A to B safely, and it delivers it. Yes, it's not super powerful, but from gas to electric conversion, this is the ultimate product right now.
I think that you have the best oven that anyone's, I mean, I've been studying ovens for a long time, right? You have the best oven. And my whole family loves to bake. This really matters to get fancy things done right on the top or the bottom or
Mhm.
through. Like a well-controlled oven is a wonderful thing, and I'm excited to use it because also having elements turn on and off can sometimes overcook things because the heat will come
Yes,
on too scorchingly hot. And so having this
yes.
come in at like a low heat, 800 watts, 600 watts, and well controlled and not lost, you're gonna see a lot of happy bakers with this.
Hopefully, we're ba
Yeah.
we're ba banking on it, so we'll see. We'll see anyway. Okay, I just don't want to take so much time. I have only 7 minutes left. The benefits are enormous. The only thing that I have to tell you is the shortening timing of converting from gas to electric is very important, especially dealing with the permits. When we are in New York, it's a different story. And the electrician and a contractor, nothing against them, but the time that needs. So this is also very important. Um, the weight component for us was very important because there are a lot of walk-ups here in the city. And if you walk 3 or 4 floors with a heavy range, it's impossible. And delivery of the product goes up to this price like enormously high. It was the first time I heard per floor the delivery people charge us. This is our life here.
A per floor cost. I love it.
Yes, per floor. If you go 3 walk-ups, it says $200 or $150 per floor. It's
Wow.
unbelievable. Yes, shallow depth, because we know older homes have different counter depths. So the product will match that. It will be a shallower depth. It's not going to protrude a lot. Safe cooking will be there, no batteries, easy to manage. And this is built by standard components. Those elements are easy to replace, easy to be found. So there, it's not a rocket science. Nobody touches the insulation anyway, so it will be an easier. And we even created a video for our NYCHA folks that who are interested in this product, how to change the cooktop in 10 minutes, the whole cooktop. There's a lot of benefits for the home chefs. It's safe, it's easy. One thing I will tell you here is that I'm glad that I taught my kids how to use induction. So luckily, our house is in one piece, no accidents, and then they can do their work easily, safely. I don't have to think about it. The only thing is don't drop anything on the glass surface. So that was the major thing. But this is a good teacher to a next generation how to cook, how to bake. I think it will also help in that perspective.
Agreed.
There is a lot of environmentally and benefits for the other, and there's health benefits which I don't want to go in lately. There it's been discussed a lot. We know, so we are all aware of that. So, if I'm allowed 4 minutes, maybe I
Oh
should.
yeah. You can do it.
This I can do it. Okay, this is a 1.5 minute animation of how the product is developed and put together, and we're giving this to public. So, I hope it will work. Let's see, because sometimes you let me know if you hear it or not, please.
Okay. I watched it last night and I think just visually it's interesting.
Can you hear it?
Nope, I can't see it either. But
Oh, okay.
I do have it up on my screen if you want.
No, unfortunately, yes. So maybe you run it on your side, Sean, because this animation is always a problem on Zoom.
Okay, can you see my screen here?
Yes.
Meet the first battery-free 120-volt induction range, designed and manufactured in the USA. Wattsipper's Heritage Collection is constructed from quality components, including a porcelain oven cavity, superior insulation, and a rust-resistant enamel exterior. All complete with an innovative 3-zone induction cooking surface. Our plug and cook functionality is as easy as it sounds. Simply plug into a dedicated 120 volt 20 amp outlet. Heat on the surface using all 3 cooking zones simultaneously. Bake a traditional meal in the oven at your desired temperature. Our patent-pending dynamic power allocation technology lets you use both oven and cooktop at the same time. Turn on the convection fan for uniform heating. Or direct all the power to the broiler to finish your dish. Meet all your cooking needs in just 1,800 watts.
Thank you, Sean.